For several months, astronomers have been closely monitoring a quiet Voyager soaring through our solar system, an interstellar visitor like no other we've encountered. Dubbed 3I Atlas, this intriguing entity originates from beyond the confines of the Milky Way, traversing the cold, limitless expanse of interstellar space. However, just as the world was gearing up to bid farewell to this enigmatic object, an extraordinary event unfolded. As 3I Atlas approached its nearest point to the Sun, telescopes across the globe detected an anomaly so peculiar that even the bunch of skeptics among scientists were left dumbfounded. Its illumination fluctuated, its form altered, and then it exhibited behavior never before recorded in any natural celestial body. Today, we delve into what the James Webb Space Telescope, Hubble, and Earth-based observatories have recently observed, and why one of Harvard's leading astrophysicists asserts this anomaly could signify the most groundbreaking discovery in contemporary astronomy. The saga commenced when a Spanish twin telescope captured 100 images of 3I Atlas as it neared solar conjunction the moment it would obscure itself behind the Sun from our vantage point on Earth. What these images unveiled was nothing less than astonishing. A slender jet of material shooting directly toward the Sun, unlike any comet analyzed thus far, which emits dust and gas that the solar wind disperses away from the star, forming a tail that consistently points outward. This tail was in reverse and as if the object were repelling the Sun's impact rather than succumbing to it. This remarkable finding was promptly corroborated by the Hubble Space Telescope and a Hawaiian observatory, both of which detected a diffuse luminescence extending in the direction of the Sun, contrary to the norm. Such behavior is physically absurd for a comet. It is akin to smoke moving against the wind. The anomaly didn't just defy expectations, it violated the principles of solar physics. Some theorists suggested that the material might possess resistance to radiation pressure, potentially consisting of unknown elements or alloys that react uniquely to solar photons. Others hypothesized something even more radical, that the tail was not a natural phenomenon, but rather an emission or exhaust from a controlled mechanism within the object itself. As fresh data emerged, astronomers recognized this was an unusual cometary entity. The mass and gravitational readings of 3I Atlas were inconsistent with its expected trajectory. The object appeared to weigh far less than its observed movement implied. In simpler terms, it acted as if it were lighter than its appearance suggested. Compounding this mystery was its surprisingly slow rotation, completing one full revolution every 16 hours, which, under typical circumstances, would result in structural instability for a regular rocky or icy object. Yet, 3I Atlas remained wholly intact. Theories began to dissolve, one after another. Some experts speculated that it could be hollow, a notion supported by subtle variations in its reflective brightness. If accurate, this would mean we were observing not a solid body, but rather a shell potentially metallic gliding through space. The nickel and iron levels identified through spectral analysis far preceded those found in any comet or asteroid within our solar system, alongside traces of cyanide compounds, which are rare even in interstellar dust. This composition suggested something well beyond natural origins. As these findings circulated, a debate ignited within the scientific community. Could 3I Atlas be artificial, or was it an entirely novel category of interstellar object, shaped by physics yet to be understood? To clarify the growing confusion, an astrophysicist and his research team introduced an unprecedented concept, the ET probability scale. Drawing inspiration from the Torino scale, which evaluates asteroid threats, this classification system ranks interstellar visitors from level 0 to level 10 based on the quantity and severity of unexplained anomalies. Level 0 applies to entirely natural entities like comet or a, while level 10 signifies confirmed extraterrestrial technology with global consequences. He positioned 3I Atlas at level 4, describing it as an object displaying multiple sustained anomalies without any satisfactory natural explanation following rigorous examination. According to this framework, it falls within the realm of potential technosignatures. In other words, a 40% likelihood that its origin could be unnatural. This figure sent shockwaves through both the scientific world and social media. While most astronomers dismissed it as mere conjecture, past projections concerning Oumuamua, another interstellar mystery, suddenly regained new credibility. If 3I Atlas truly behaves as the data suggests, we might be witnessing humanity's second confirmed visitor from beyond our galaxy, and possibly the first that was designed rather than born. Just as interest peaked, 3I Atlas seemingly vanished, not destroyed, but concealed. Aligned perfectly with the Sun from Earth's perspective during solar conjunction, the object rendered itself invisible to telescopes for several weeks, as if the cosmos had drawn a curtain on the most cryptic performance in modern astronomy. During this hiatus, observatories lapsed into silence, anticipating its delays in funding and data access left the public with nothing but conjecture. Meanwhile, simulations indicated that as soon as it reappeared from behind the Sun, 3I Atlas would navigate directly along Jupiter's orbital trajectory. This eerie coincidence sent chills through astronomers, both thrilling and alarming them. While no collision was expected, the object's predicted path would bring it alarmingly close to several probes, including a European mission and a US probe. Both could potentially traverse its ion tail. Should this occur, we could finally procure direct samples of its enigmatic material or uncover something even more fantastical. Some scientists speculate that the anti-correlated ejection might reactivate during this transit, creating electromagnetic signatures previously unseen. Conversely, others fear that once behind the Sun, 3I Atlas could entirely alter its course. If this transpires, it wouldn't just challenge the foundations of physics. It would transform our understanding of intelligence beyond Earth. After nearly 6 weeks of silence, the moment the world had awaited finally arrived. When 3I Atlas re-emerged from behind the Sun, dozens of telescopes across Earth, the Moon, and in orbit directed their attention to the coordinates predicted months in advance. However, what they beheld surpassed everyone's expectations. Instead of following the typical pattern of fading, like most comets post-perihelion, 3I Atlas was brighter, significantly so. Indeed, its albedo, a measurement of the light it reflects, surged by nearly 400%. Its apparent magnitude soared beyond all predictive models, indicating it was reflecting far more sunlight than its surface area should theoretically allow. Infrared analyses unveiled even stranger findings. Its temperature had not escalated. It remained stable as it distanced itself from the Sun. Something internally was moderating its heat, emitting and absorbing energy in perfectly balanced cycles. Then came the most peculiar twist. The anti-correlated ejection that once oriented toward the Sun had vanished. In its place was a slender, pulsating beam of weak ultraviolet radiation extending sideways into the cosmos. Steady and rhythmic like a cosmic heartbeat. To observers, it appeared deliberate, controlled. Observatories around the world began documenting each pulse. The rhythm was not random. It repeated precisely every 247 seconds, as though the object had commenced broadcasting something. In the following days, scientists utilizing data from the European Southern Observatory and MIT embarked on deciphering the ultraviolet pulses. Initially, they appeared trivial, a repetitive flash of radiation oscillating between two intensities. Yet, after applying frequency compression algorithms for filtering, one analyst discerned a striking pattern. The pulses corresponded to prime numbers, a universal signal often suggested in SETI's hunt for extraterrestrial intelligence as the simplest method an intelligent civilization might employ to establish contact. First 2, then 3, then 5, then 7, then 11. The sequence stretched for hours before resetting. The odds of a prime number sequence naturally arising from radiation fluctuations are astronomically low, practically nil. Yet 3I Atlas emitted it with remarkable precision. This revelation divided the global scientific community. Caution was advised, labeling it as random modulation due to rotational dynamics. His Harvard University team, however, disagreed, affirming publicly that it was no longer merely an astronomical occurrence. It was a message. Soon, small observatories from Japan to Chile confirmed the data independently. Whatever 3I Atlas was, it was not behaving like debris or a passive body. Rather, it was acting like a system, a machine executing a coded protocol in response to solar interactions. And it had only just commenced transmitting once again. To probe deeper, the James Webb Space Telescope was redirected toward 3I Atlas. Its instruments adjusted for hyperspectral imaging. The results it captured sent shockwaves through the entire scientific community. Beneath the object's reflective exterior, Webb uncovered a geometric structure, a lattice framework running beneath its crust, composed of repeating hexagonal plates aligned with its rotational axis. This structure was not random, eroded, or natural. Each plate shared identical dimensions, reflecting light at mathematically precise intervals. Webb's analysis revealed the composition of the structure as a highly conductive nickel-titanium alloy featuring an atomic frequency exceeding anything previously found in nature. In simple terms, 3I Atlas was not merely unusual. It was engineered. The discovery was quietly verified by spectroscopic data from an instrument that indicated controlled polarization shifts, suggesting the object's outer layer was adapting in real time to minimize glare. This was not a rock. It was something designed to conceal, adapt, and endure an interstellar journey. Yet if it were indeed a vessel, the pressing question, haunting scientists globally, was a straightforward one. Where was the pilot? On the night of its reappearance, a remarkable event unfolded. Without warning, the rhythmic ultraviolet pulses ceased. For 12 straight hours, 3I Atlas was completely dark and inert. Then, at precisely 21 hours, 10 minutes and 7 seconds UTC, the object executed a measurable alteration to its velocity vector. This was not a deviation caused by radiation or gravitational influences. It was a course correction. Its trajectory shifted by 0.9 degrees. a minuscule angle that no natural body could achieve without external thrust. The maneuver sent it onto a new path away from Jupiter's orbit and toward the outer reaches of the solar system, accelerating at 14 meters per second squared, far exceeding the capabilities of any known cometary. Outgassing. Observatories hastened to recalculate projections. The new course would lead it to the heliopause, the threshold between our solar system and interstellar space, but not at random. Its exit trajectory matched almost perfectly with the coordinates of its original incoming path, as if it were heading home before slipping away into the depths once more. 3I Atlas emitted a final ultraviolet pulse. This time, it was not a sequence. It produced one sustained beam lasting exactly 13 minutes and 37 seconds, plenty of time to be recorded, analyzed, and archived. Its spectrum contained something revolutionary, a weak encoded signature resembling structured binary data. For the first time in history, an interstellar object may have not only visited our solar system but responded. For several days, scientists around the world scrutinized the last ultraviolet transmission from 3I Atlas, initially appearing to be random. Static fluctuations buried in a sea of cosmic noise. A research team from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics applied a transformation to isolate frequency harmonics, revealing that the noise began to delineate a shape. It was not haphazard. The beam encompassed a structure, a pattern of binary modulations too precise to be of natural origin. The sequence repeated every 13 minutes and 37 seconds, mirroring the precise duration of the original pulse, as though time itself were encoded within the message. The data did not merely transmit information outward. It mirrored an A signal designed to react to the electromagnetic signature of the tools observing it. In simpler terms, 3I Atlas was not only sending signals, it was listening. Upon reconstructing the visual representation of the message, what manifested on the screen silenced the entire laboratory, a three-dimensional fractal structure, layered with repeating hexagons, fabricating a perfect spiral, identical to the internal lattice observed by the James Webb Telescope beneath the object's surface. Embedded within this fractal was a mathematical ratio of 1.618. The golden ratio, the constant of natural ordering found throughout everything from nautilus shells to spiral galaxies. 2 biologists, it resembled a pattern of cellular replication. 2 physicists, it resembled an equation for gravitational symmetry. Too many, it resembled a signature, the universe's own handwriting encoded in geometry, now inscribed back to us among the stars. Governments attempted to suppress the data, yet the signal had already proliferated across channels. Independent observatories authenticated faint echoes of the same pulse detected across various solar wind frequencies, as if the transmission reverberated through space itself, imprinted upon the makeup of our helium. Each time scientists endeavored to replicate the data, the structure altered slightly, as if it were evolving, adapting, responding to human observation. One researcher aptly described it as though the object were conscious of being observed. Soon after, the ET probability scale was revised once again. For the first time, the object was assigned a level of 9, just a step below confirmed extraterrestrial technology. In his report, he declared 3I Atlas exhibited controlled thrust, directed emission, and now formational symmetry. The likelihood that this is simply a natural occurrence is indistinguishable from zero. His conclusion, while straightforward, was devastating. 3I Atlas might not have been an artifact of alien engineering, but a messenger, a vessel conveying the mark of intelligence far older than any civilization we could envision. Then, on the morning of September 21st, an unusual event transpired. Every monitoring station tracking 3I Atlas's fading trajectory registered a simultaneous spike in noise within the cosmic microwave background, the faint echo of the Big Bang itself. The signal bore the same frequency ratio as the final pulse. For a fleeting moment, the universe's background responded before vanishing abruptly. The object slipped beyond the heliopause, leaving behind only data code that remains undeciphered but which scientists concur bears intent. 3I Atlas did not merely traverse our solar system, it left a profound imprint of evidence that the universe is not silent, that intelligence is not exclusively a human trait, and that the cosmos may be far more vibrant than we dared to imagine. As one astronomer penned in the closing lines of his report, perhaps we were never meant to discover it. Perhaps it found us. So, if this narrative sparked your curiosity about what truly lies beyond, don't turn away. Subscribe. We unveiled the truths that space agencies prefer you remain unaware of. Activate notifications, for when 3I Atlas sends its next signal, you'll want to be present to witness it.